We are here this morning with Daniel Flynn, the co-founder of Thankyou, one of Australia's most successful social enterprises. Welcome, Daniel. It's lovely to speak with you.
Great to be here.
When you first started Thankyou, what was your initial vision for it?
I think the initial vision was kind of simple, to be honest. It was this whole idea that we live in a world that has extreme poverty and extreme consumerism. And it was like, what if we could somehow bridge the two? And we started with bottled water as the kind of first product that goes from extreme consumerism to helping people out of poverty. But the idea, even though it's simple, we thought it could be so much bigger, and it has grown.
Absolutely. And what's your impact just for the last year, just to show how big it's actually grown?
Okay, so from an impact perspective, we've helped 755,000 people get access to our programs. We've raised $5.5 million from our now 55 products stocked in all major supermarkets and outlets in Australia.
Absolutely amazing. And what would you consider to be one of the biggest game changers for you?
I think it's tapping into the people power. We had this one moment 5 years into our story where both the big supermarkets in Australia had said no to us for 5 years. And at year 5, we launched a little video to the people that encouraged people to upload a post or a video onto the Coles and Woolworths Facebook page to say if that they stocked our products, that you'd buy them. And it was like a petition, and it went viral. And people sung, they danced, I just mentioned they rapped. And our favourite part was when 2 helicopter pilots flew their helicopters above the head offices of the supermarkets, these giant signs. And I think that was the game changer, the day that we asked the people, the consumer, help us take this further.
Fantastic. And on your journey, which has just been absolutely incredible, what's the most surprising thing that you've learnt about yourself?
That's a deep question. I think I've learnt about myself that there is this kind of part of me that if I see something as possible in my head, and often not other people's heads, particularly those who've got the industry experience, if I see something, I find it really hard to unsee it. I can't just walk away just because it can't be done or it's never been done. I've learned that about myself, that if I can see it, even just that 1% chance, I want to go for it. And our team are kind of similar.
Brilliant. That's such a fantastic message. I've got one last question for you. There are a lot of, in particular, millennials who've got some fantastic ideas, want to go out there and do good in the world. Obviously, they're very purpose-driven. Yeah. What's a piece of advice that you would give them in order to just kickstart their idea?
So I think there's a challenge around having ideas, which is often we have them, but we're almost paralysed by the idea and not sure when to start and how to start and who to start with, and there's so many questions. Our journey was we just started, and then we learned.
Yep.
So we didn't learn then we start, we just started and we learned on the go. Yep. And it's a bit of a risky way to do it. But I've met so many people who share their idea, and years later I'll bump into them and they've still got their idea and they're still working on it, but they've never actually started anything. And I think the great challenge to all of us is to start.
Just do.
Today.
Do.
Right now, email. Just do something to get the ball rolling.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time, Daniel. Absolutely fantastic speech this morning. You've left so many people inspired. And, congratulations on everything that you've achieved. And will continue to achieve as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.